welcome to Bust a Lime, where we have a good time. Busting a Lime is basically where we're having the vibes, just sitting back, chilling, talking about stuff that interests us. So thank you for tuning in. We usually host a podcast called Lime and Healing, so you can go ahead and check it out on our channel. But thank you for tuning in. What we busting a lime with today, Kiana?
So this week we're busting a lime and talking about the Ultimatum South Africa edition, because we got a lot to talk about. Okay, we got a lot to talk about. So come, take a seat, take a drink, whatever you need to do, and lime with we Lil.
Have a good time.
Yeah, so
with us.
We've spent the last 2-3 days watching the Ultimatum South Africa.
Yeah.
And boy, oh boy, we have a lot to talk about. So let me dive in right away. So like Shaka said, just before we dive in, we have a podcast.
Yes.
We're the hosts of Lime and Healing. So after this, go check out the podcast now, please, and thank you.
And remember to subscribe.
And yes, definitely hit the subscribe button.
Okay.
But let me jump in. We're talking about Ultimatum South Africa. So let me dive in. So, we know the ultimatum is like basically a social experiment where one couple basically issues an ultimatum because they want to get married, and the other couple does not want to.
Yes.
So this is what's going on. So 5 couples. One of them issued the ultimatum to get married, and the other one is just there because they get dragged. So let me go through this couple. So we got Courtney and Aiden.
Yeah.
They've been together for 7 years.
Correct. Okay.
Courtney is the one who issued the ultimatum, right?
So
there
you
we
guys
get
watching.
Tabby and Genesis. And they've been together for 7 years also. Tabby is the one who issued the ultimatum. Then we get Ruth and Isaac. Together for 2 years. Ruth issued the ultimatum. Then we get Sizakele, and I'm sorry if I'm butchering y'all name. I'm gonna try my best.
Your names are beautiful, but it's
beautiful
hard.
names. And Linda Lay, together for 6 months. Linda Lay issued the ultimatum, and then last we got Lebo and Nola, together for 1.5 years, and Lebo issued the ultimatum.
Okay, that's good.
So right off the bat, let me go through this process. Right off the bat, we got introduced to these 5 couples, right?
Yes.
We didn't know much about them in the beginning.
No.
So they come, they talk, how long they've been together, we didn't understand. But let me say, okay, right off the bat, what was your first impression?
Well, first thing, everybody, all the couples, the women who issued the ultimatum, except Linda Lee, right? So they gave you like the age and the age and how long the couples have been together. Linda Lee, he was like how old? Like way older.
36.
Even like way older than his girl, because she was the youngest. So
she was like 24,
I could understand why she probably didn't want to get married, because she was pretty young. She was the youngest in the crew.
And they were only together for 6 months.
And they were only together for 6 months, right? So you were saying that, if they shouldn't be on the show.
If you're together longer than 2 years, you shouldn't be on the show. I'm sorry.
Yeah, why are you dragging her there for 6 months?
6 months.
So I was saying that, to me, I like how they listed how long they're together and their ages, but I think we need to know occupation. I'm sorry, because I feel like when you know somebody's occupation, and I'm not saying like that is only what matters in a relationship, but to me, to assess some of these people, I think occupation is necessary. Some of these people don't have jobs, to understand why some people don't want to be, what kind of jobs.
6 couples. I forgot. How can I forget this? Khanya and
that's where I was like, wait, somebody missing.
Yes, I'm like, wait a minute.
Nikito. So
and Khanya.
For this episode, we're gonna call Nikito K, because that's what Sizzles call him, because we cannot pronounce Nikito. We can't pronounce it, right? Y'all have beautiful names.
And they've been together for 1 year.
Yeah. Okay. So and Khanya. How could
I forget about her? Oh my God. I forget about her.
Right. So I think these people's jobs need to be like, why we can't know what they do? I feel like this is important because, like, to me, you can make a good assessment of somebody based on like what career they choose. Like if you're a lawyer, a doctor, a nurse, you know what I mean?
If you have a job,
if you have a job, like what you doing on the show, you know, you should be at your job.
Because towards the end, when we realized, wait, this person is working. Now it makes sense.
That makes sense. Why is this person doing this? Why is this person doing that?
Yeah.
You know. So, which couple was your favorite couple?
Like that came together, original couple.
Yes, original, and then when they switch over. So at the beginning, they come together, and then they date everyone.
So we listed the original couple. Then we're gonna list the trial marriage couple.
Good. So then they date, and then they have the trial marriage. So who was original couple? Who was your favorite?
My favorite original couple. Oh my goodness. Okay. If I'm going back to the beginning, before I had all of the knowledge that I have now, I would say that my favorite couple probably would have been Courtney and Aiden. I felt like the two of them had a much more solid foundation. So,
okay.
No?
I guess I would say that, but I don't know. I think to me, I would say, based on that, without knowledge, I would say my favorite couple would be Khanya and Nikito, because they seem more put together. Both of them seem like, you know, they've been there for a good, how long they've been dating? Over a year?
1 year, yeah.
1 year, you know, she wants him to commit. He seemed like a man about his business. So I think the two of them, I would say, will be my favorite couple initially. Definitely not Aiden and Courtney, because they've been together 7 years and she got dragged after 7 years.
You're right,
you know,
you're right.
I wouldn't say the two of them.
You're
but
right.
yeah,
but it just seemed like they're more so, you know, on the same, well, I can't say the same page. Because if they were, they would not have been on that show.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So once again, based on first impression, I would say Kay and Khanya, but afterwards, absolutely not. But yeah, the first impression.
Yeah. So once the couple started dating, then they got to basically match up with each other for their trial marriages. So for the trial marriage, we had Kay and I can't pronounce his name. Nitiko.
Let's just call him Kay.
Kay and
Khanya.
Caesar.
Oh, Caesar, yeah.
Caesar. And then we had Isaac and Khanya, Ruth and Nola. Then we had Tabby and Lindley.
Uh-huh.
We had Lebo and Aiden. And then we had Courtney and Genesis.
Good. But let me talk about what was their issues before why they got here. Why were they here? I know that initially they wanted to get married, and that's why they issued ultimatum. But what was the two of them problem? So let me start like with my favorite one, that I say Kanye and Kay, right? So she wanted him to commit, and he thinks that she has a lot of changing to do, right? That was the reason why he was dragging his feet. You know, he thinks that basically, you know, she thinks that the world revolves around her. And when you guys watch the episode, that girl, if you was to look up a definition of a narcissist, it will be that girl. Oh my God, right?
Not professional.
Not professional. Yeah, I can't diagnose anyone, but it's there. It's there. What about Tabby and Genesis? What was their issue?
So Tabby right away is giving me boss chick. Seems like she knows what she wants. Yes. Genesis seems a lot more unsure with what
they've been together 7 years.
They've been together for 7 years. So right off the bat, you can tell that they're not on the same page, because Genesis, from what we learned in the beginning, was that basically he got time to do whatever he wants, but when it comes to actually committing to the relationship, to take it to that other level, he just has not been that invested or intentional with doing it. And I feel like, you know, that was frustrating for Tabby, because she wants somebody who can actually match her. I don't even think she wants somebody to, like, you know, be the leader. Like, I think she's capable, and she just wants somebody to be right beside her, because she's willing to do the work. Yeah,
but he has said, like, you know, partially why he didn't want to marry her as yet, because he wanted to get more money. Like, she's a boss, and he wanted to boss up as well.
But she said that later on, we learned that when he gets money, but he spends it on what he wants. So he don't know how to prioritize well.
Correct. So that's definitely their issue. What about SZA and Lindley?
Their problem is 6 months ain't nothing but 6 months.
He's an actor. They're the only one who we knew.
A red flag to me.
Was he there for the right reason?
Okay.
Bachelor reference.
I don't know. Ultimatum friends.
So yeah, he was way older than Sis, like 10 years almost.
Yes.
And 6 months being in there. So I think all of that was like a red flag.
Yes.
I'm sorry, SZA, but I'm not for your man. Like, honestly, I think that you need to go and live your life, and he needs to find somebody else.
Because she seems so young. Even like in her in the beginning, she was like, she's not getting married until she's like 40, 50. Yeah. I'm like, okay. But it was just a weird, dynamic between the two of them. Yeah. But Isaac and Ruth, oh my goodness.
Yes.
Let's talk about them. Interesting. They've been together for 2 years. Ruth has never met his family.
Never met his family.
Red flag. Because what are we doing? What are we doing for all these 2 years? 2 years. Wasting time. And then he's like, oh, we understand that everyone has different cultures. And his culture is like, oh, you got to be married or close to marriage by the time you introduce them to your family. Which is like, okay. But you should know by the time, 2-year mark, Isaac, whether you want to be with Ruth. To me, right off the bat, I'm like, okay, he definitely don't want to be with her.
Yeah. And plus they had long distance. They were long distance too. So that was another issue.
Yes. Which I wanted them to tell us in the beginning, because they told us that like towards
the end.
Which I'm like, that would help understand the couple better.
Yeah, Ultimatum, like, get a therapy session with them first.
Won't you love that if they all went to therapy?
At least, to talk through it. Yeah. And who was Courtney and Aiden. Mm-hmm. Well, he just, dragging his feet, because after 7 years, he's still not ready to commit.
And he's not working, so.
Yeah. He wasn't working. That was still at the end, because the dad was like, you should get a job. And he was like, I'm looking. And I'm like, sir, Courtney, are you sure that's a decision?
Yeah, no.
that you want to be making?
And the last couple is Lebo and Lola.
You forgot about them, because things went real weird real fast. So they two of them was together for like how long?
I think 1.5 years.
And then she wanted him to commit, and he wasn't ready to commit but she thinks that he's a flirt. So she brought him on the show to see.
Is he a flirt? Is in like flirt, or does he cheat? Which one is it? Is flirt code for cheating? Because I'm curious.
I don't know about that, but
the reason I'm asking, because Lebo seems very insecure, like with her place in his life. So I feel like she seems like someone who has been cheated on before, multiple times. Yeah. So she's always on guard,
Yeah. So I don't know, but that's what she wanted to see, what would happen. So so that's basically their reason for coming on the show, the Ultimatum. And then so the first night the first week they usually date around to see who is a good fit, and then they choose.
Mm-hmm.
And then they go and live for 3 weeks with their new couple. And then they come back and live with their original partners.
So who's your favorite trial marriage couple?
Oh, for sure, Nikito, Kay and SZA. Yeah.
That's mine too.
Yeah, two of them was the best, because
I wish I had appreciated Tabby and Lindalay more, but I didn't even trust Lindalay, because the 6 months, and then I found out he's an actor.
Yes.
I'm like, I don't know if you're here for the right reason, but no, towards the end, it seems like he was genuine with his connection with Tabby, and I'm like, they have something special too for that 3 weeks.
Yeah. With Kay and SZA, I like them because, she was the youngest. And everybody thought that she would have been like, the young girl trying to play around or whatever, judging. Stop doing that. And she liked to laugh and stuff like that. And but she was very smart. She was one of the smartest people, very emotionally mature. Yeah. And I think Kay needed that, especially once again being with Khanya, which we said maybe may or may not be a narcissist, like, disrespects him and stuff like that. Like in the episode, she was like, look at your teeth. Oh my God. Why would you want to be with a woman that tell you, look at your teeth? Like, what?
I'm talking about your shoes and how it's cheap. What?
Yeah. So
she is crazy.
So that was, and SZA had treated Kay like a really good, respectfully.
They had such a good bond, and to me,
talk about
even
family.
For SZA, like to me, Kay was able to connect with her in a way that allowed her to grow and to really reflect on the things that she really wanted. Because I feel like her dynamic with Lindalay, at least from what we saw previously, seemed like yeah, they were together, but I feel like it was a little bit of tension because I don't think he like spoke to her or addressed her in the way that she truly desired. So I feel like Kay was able to bring out certain things in her that Linda Lay couldn't, you know,
Correct.
because he seemed also like emotionally more mature and stuff like that. And I think that was necessary for Caesar.
Exactly. Like she, you know, like he took time with her. I think to me, like Linda Lay didn't have patience.
Exactly.
Because he's older.
And he wants 6 months and he wants kids tomorrow. But I'm like, this girl is in her early 20s. Like, calm down.
Yes, date your age. I'm sorry.
But yeah, let's talk about the beauty because the women were so gorgeous. Like Caesar was gorgeous. Ruth, oh, beautiful, beautiful, beautiful.
Yeah.
And you know, but let's talk about who was like your standout person. If you had to choose one person who you really liked in the episode.
Well, of course, once again, Scissor, because she was unexpected. Like, you didn't expect, and you know, me for judging as well. Like, I didn't, but expect her to be this mature, just smart, you know, nice, friendly. She was really, really nice, and I think, you know, she looked good in the episode. She was a very pretty girl, you know, and she came out at the end well as well. Khanya, I would say, stand out for me as well because, you know, at first we was like, oh my God, she's so gorgeous. She's so, you know, she knows what she wants, and, you know, and if Kay is not stepping up to the plate, I understand why she brought him here. But that was definitely not the case. Like, she needed to go to therapy. She needed to assess herself before, and then she had a lace front wig, like, no, like for reals, like this girl feels she was you know, everything. And I'm not dissing her beauty; she's gorgeous or whatever. But fix your lace, fix your lace. You understand?
Ooh, child,
fix your lace. So
and
nothing is wrong with, you know, we have mishaps. But you can't be like, look at me, I'm so gorgeous, and then your lace front
and
showing.
not even that. The way she talks to people is just terrible. The way she talked to SZA, the way she talked to Kay and others, and even Isaac, even though, you know, whatever. For him,
may or may not deserve it.
It was extremely terrible. But for me, my favorite person, or obviously I like SZA too, but I'm going to choose Ruth. Okay, Ruth stood on business.
That's true.
Ruth stood on business. Ruth is like, I stopped at him because I wanted to. Okay.
Yeah. So, so the couples. Back to the new couples. So,
Ruth was with
Nola.
So, and they were going well. I want to say talk to them would have been a good.
Why were they going well?
Because they were.
So that was like a big thing. Like, you know. Yeah. So you have to share a bed together. Yes. Right? And you could decide whether or not to share the bed. Right? So, because you're living together. But they did more than share the bed.
They definitely did. And they did it a lot. Okay?
Yes.
And to the point where Nola's girlfriend, well, his ex-girlfriend, since they broke up for this trial, was snooping with her trial marriage partner, Aiden. And she saw them all cozy up on the bed. And she lost it. And obviously Nola was like, no, you did not see what you saw. Even though,
like, I think Ultimatum South Africa messy. Why all of them in the same compound living?
True.
Right? She and her trial partner walking around, snooping around, and saw her
why is she snooping
on the bed with his new
level, and Aiden were
having snuggles.
They had no connection. And instead of just like trying to make a connection, no, they're like, let's go snoop. Like, why are you doing that?
Yes.
You have to stay, you know, committed to the experience.
Messy
And
South
what
Africa.
did she find? Her ex-man, in bed with another woman, and, you know, it
she
was
lost
a whole
it.
thing. But I don't know why they were living in the same place, like where they can see each other.
Yes.
I think in the Ultimatum, like the American version, I don't know if they do that.
I don't think they do.
Or if they do, you're not supposed to be able to see each other on a regular.
I don't know, but like I didn't see that they saw each other, but they were seeing, because even when, you know, so Khanya was paired with Isaac, and the two of them were getting along well, you know, smooches and stuff like that. But
showering.
But guess what Isaac did? Took Khanya to meet his family.
Oh my God. That was one of the most shocking experiences because we were both like, when we saw him introduce his
brother
to his brother
and his cousin, I think.
We were like, what?
2 years.
How could he do that to Ruth?
Ruth waiting to meet.
Khanya for a week or
I was a week
days?
at that point in time.
That was some grimy stuff. We were like so
Isaac
flabbergasted. Red flag, Isaac. Red flag.
In our book.
So that shocked me. That's like one of the most shocking experiences. I was like, what?
Yeah, how could he do that? Like, Ruth, biggest issue is that she's never met your parents, never met your family, doesn't know anyone for you, and then a week into this trial marriage with Khanya, you introduce her to your family. Like, how could you? That I feel that's so hurtful.
It
like,
was.
How could you do that to
I
a person?
can't wait for the reunion because
Whew. So the two of them are having a good time because he brought her to meet the family and all of that. And then
he bought her gifts. She was watching shower while she was in the bath. So they had little intimate moments whereby they saw each other naked. I don't think they ever slept together. They kissed, and all this stuff like that.
Yeah. But things turned when when she saw her ex, Kay and SZA, having a nice time out on the lawn. Once again, Ultimatum South Africa, y'all messy because that whole situation shifted when she saw their encounter. Like, basically, they were just hugging, and he was giving her a piggyback ride. And she was like, oh, you're fat, this is the thing she would say. Oh, you're a ghetto. You're a hood rat. You're a hood rat. Oh, you're a hood rat. You're a hood rat.
Everybody's a hood rat.
Do you know what a hood rat is? Like, I'm so confused. By her, she treats everyone very poorly.
Terrible. She needs somebody to meet her in the streets. Oh my goodness.
Yeah. So who else?
Ever since that, and listen, that one in the moment with Kay and SZA disrupted so many people's lives. Okay.
Yes.
Because Isaac and Khanya was having a good time until she saw that.
Yeah. Correct.
It all went downhill. And then also when Linda Lee, which is SZA's original partner, saw it too, he was upset. Everyone was livid.
Yeah.
Because they're like, why did they have to show their intimate moments outside of the apartment? Because they're like, if you should hide that, for discretion. No. But they were out and about having a good time.
Yeah, so Linda Lee was with Tabby.
Yes, they were in love, okay? they were in love with each other.
Yes, because I think to me she wanted like a man. Like, I don't know, like with Genesis.
What do you mean? So Genesis is a what?
No, like, like a step to the plate. I feel like Genesis is more of her friend. Like, and they couldn't know each other before they become like, to me they're more friends.
And he stayed the same.
No, I think it's like Linda Lee gave her romance, whereby Genesis is like her best friend. You can understand what I mean? Like, you're comfortable because they're best friends, but are they in love? I don't know. They're romantically.
Or are they in lust?
Yeah, so that's what I'm thinking. And then Courtney was with Genesis.
Ugh.
Right? So
snooze fest.
The two of them, because she didn't want to, I don't think she was attracted to Genesis. I think she wasn't committed. She said she wasn't open up.
Courtney and Kay actually had a moment. They had a connection.
They had more of a connection.
And she did not choose him.
Because she said that Genesis was easy to talk to. Once again, friend zone.
Yeah. But I feel like if you're on this show to really push yourself outside of the box to see who you're compatible with or to see if you want to be with your original partner, you have to commit to the process. So I feel like Courtney and Aiden and Lebo took like the easier way out. They did not even try to me, Yeah,
because a lot of them, to me, in the ultimatum, they just want to go to the end instead of focusing. They want, like, at the end, you engage me or not.
Yeah.
Instead of focusing on the process. And I think,
journey.
Yeah, but there's the problem. The problem is the journey. You don't make it to the end a lot of times.
Yes. So what was, like, the funniest moments to you?
Well, so the first thing was when they had the night out. So they had the girls' night out. So all the girls got together and all the guys got together. And, everyone was talking about their experience. And Khanya was saying to SZA, SZA was talking about her experience. And, Khanya was saying that, why are you guys laughing? like Kay is not even laughing with you. It's a fake laugh. He's he's pretending. He's just using you to get to me.
Yeah.
Right. So I think that that girls' night out was very, very contentious. I think, oh my God, like too much thing was going on, and then Ruth decided to pull Lebo on the side and tell her that she and her.
Why, Ruth? Why?
She and her man.
Did you do that? Why? But why?
What was her words? We had sex not once, not twice, not thrice. How many times?
Why did you do that?
She said she felt bad.
The truth would have come out eventually.
She felt bad. And she wanted to. So Lebo just got up, got up and left, and obviously went to find Nola. She didn't even went back to her home or whatever. No. She went.
But then there was a whole confrontation.
So, okay, but what happened on the guy's side? Did anything interesting happen on the guy's side?
I mean,
Nola was lying. Which I understand, because he didn't want to disrespect
He was like,
Isaac.
I never even kissed. I never even looked
Oh,
at
yeah,
Ruth.
but Khanya did tell Ruth that she met his family.
Oh, yeah,
She did. Which is another thing. Oh, you never met his family? I did after a week. Like, girl. So maybe that's what triggered Lebo. Ruth to tell Lebo. I don't know.
Tell the truth. So I guess it was all like hurts. But the funny part to me was when Lebo met up with Nola and there was a whole argument and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Then, Lebo and Nola left. And basically Ruth started throwing Nola's clothes outside the door. I was like,
because I don't know what. Honestly, I think Ruth should have given Nola a chance, because he was upset with her for telling Lebo, because he didn't want to hurt Lebo. He lied he lied to Isaac because he had respect for Isaac. He had respect for Ruth,
yeah,
right? And he lied to Aiden because he didn't want Aiden to go back and tell Lebo.
Because Aiden's a snitch, big snitch,
right? So, and I think that's fair. But Ruth took that to mean, like, I don't know, maybe he didn't like her as much. And then he called Isaac on the phone to tell it. Isaac came over. Once again, Ultimatum South Africa, why y'all so close by? Immediately, Isaac came over to the house.
Yeah.
And he wasn't even yelling at Ruth. He was upset with Nola, basically.
Isaac was mad because, he was more so mad at that it was his girl. So I don't even care that Ruth did it, but he was like, because she's
he embarrassed or whatever.
Yes, he was embarrassed because how dare you, make me look terrible.
But Ruth cussed him out. Like, I love Ruth.
Ruth's not a business, okay?
And then Ruth started throwing Nola's clothes out. Oh my God.
But what's even funnier was later in that scene with Lebo, I think Nola and somebody else. Was it Isaac? When Lebo was drinking some kind of drink. I'm like, where did she get the drink from?
In the middle of the fight, the girl found the drink.
She was drinking and she was like, I am thirsty.
Drinking a beer, I think was a beer or something. I love that. That's so funny.
But oh my God, it was crazy. That was such a crazy moment. But one moment that pissed me off was when SZA went back home with Kay, and she was telling him about how nasty Khanya was to her, and then he told her, well, go to her and basically tell her how you feel, whatever. Which I'm like, one, don't do that. Two, if he likes her, SZA, he should be the one to go and confront Khanya to put her in her place.
Yes,
Khanya. I'm like Khanya. So SZA, she's young. Let's give her some grace.
Well, he forced her basically because she thought that she would have picked up for her.
Yeah, he dropped her off
and left her there, and she was like, "Get away from my house."
Yeah, and Kanye proceeded to berate her, call her everything but a child of God, and it was just horrific.
And she was crying.
At that point, she just needed, honestly, just a slap. One slap.
Because
violence,
and and she went back to Kay and said, "You left me there."
Yeah, she was betrayed.
That was And then I think what he did was so wrong.
Then the funny thing was, he went and Khanya continued to berate
him as well.
He didn't say nothing. Just when she talked about his teeth, about his cheap shoes. I'm like, this girl is.
Isaac said Khanya is a gold digger.
Yeah.
That's what he called her because he asked.
Isaac was in the same room.
Yeah, Isaac was there because at that point in time, Isaac and Khanya was not doing well because she wouldn't cook. She wouldn't clean
the dishes,
or anything like that, and she doesn't cook on the weekends, and stuff like that. So he didn't love that.
Khanya said that Isaac wasn't giving her money to buy groceries, which I'm like, funny, but also Isaac, where's the money for the groceries?
No, split it, right? He wanted to split the groceries, didn't he? And she didn't want that. I'm sorry, I think that's fair, but. Isaac called her a gold digger. So Isaac was not having a good time, but you wouldn't have been there if you'd done the right thing by Ruth. But you brought her to your family. You're wrong, Isaac. You're wrong. So you deserve what you got. You deserve it.
Facts. Fenty facts. And so basically once that trial period ends,
they got to go back.
They have to go back to their original partners for another 3 weeks. And then things got interesting because for one, I tell people, were having a good time with their trial marriages, and then now they went back to their original partners. And I'm like, I feel like everyone just kind of backslid.
Except Lebo and Nola.
They
left the show.
Yeah, Nola's like, it's best for me to go. I can't wait for him to come back from the reunion.
Let's see.
Maybe him and Ruth dated off.
Yes, that's what I'm thinking. Hopefully him and Ruth got together.
But so once they got back together, one thing that surprised me was Kay. All that talk he did about Khanya. And he just basically went back to the same thing. Like, dude, your mother don't even like this woman.
Yeah.
And he just basically went right back, acknowledging the fact that she's a gold digger. She's this, she's all that. She's the only woman you love? Like, what?
Yeah, and after spending a good time with SZA.
I was confused. I thought they had a great bond. I thought for sure. To them would
but I feel like the comfort, and I think that's the thing with the show. I don't know, it's the way they set it up. Yeah, I mean the way set up right. Maybe it should be more than 3 weeks, maybe 4. I don't know, but I don't know because you went right back to that familiarity and being berated. Like you don't want anything to be better, you don't want anything to change. SZA went back to Lindley.
That's unbelievable to me because before we continue. So once they got back on the same day, they had their reunion, reunited moment. So Lindley sent a teddy bear for Tabby.
Yes.
And what do they call each other?
Boopsie.
To Boopsie from Boopsie.
I love it.
And so Genesis was like, I'm like, Genesis, if you don't throw that bear,
I know, but Genesis bought a gift. So now Genesis, I saw a real change in Genesis because Genesis like, I need to step my game up. Because he realized, you know what? I got a lot to lose. I got a good woman, right? Good woman. And he was like,
she's a good woman.
So he want to step it up. So he bought her gifts as well. But when he got there, Linda already bought Boopsie a teddy bear. He was not having
a whole teddy bear. Talk about awkward.
So she went and got a gift for her.
Yes.
Got a gift for Linda, dropped it off at the home.
Yes.
So I thought SZA was so in love with Kay and all of that, but when SZA saw the gift,
like, take it back.
Take it back.
Take it back. And he refused to. So what did my girl did? She took it back herself.
March right. Once again, Ultimatum South Africa. Why are they living in the same place? She walked right into their home, put the gift down because he refused to take it back. And, she was very upset. Genesis was there as well. And then what did Genesis do? Genesis offered Tabby advice. Right. Root for yourself. Who does that?
Right.
You know what? Maybe she didn't understand the situation. You see what I said? A best friend, bro.
That's your woman.
Right? I would have been like, Fox, you shouldn't give me a gift. It's like, no, I understand why you... No, Genesis! That's why we're here.
This is why we're
That's why you're fighting for your woman now.
Yes.
Come on. Wrong for that.
Yes, absolutely. So Genesis, But... yeah, so that happened, and
I can't believe SZA was that jealous.
Lindley and Tabby were both like sad. I'm like, if y'all wanted to be together so bad,
be
I would
together.
have been like, if it was SZA, I'd be like, go be with her.
Exactly, because you
wouldn't be moping around me.
Correct. I was surprised that she was that upset because she had a fun time with Kay.
Yeah.
So I was surprised that she was that upset.
I was like thinking it was 6 months and they haven't been together that long. So that's enough time for her to
yeah, exactly. And
replace him, okay?
Good. And
but yeah.
Courtney and Aiden, they got back together.
Courtney did a surprise, brought a gift for Aiden. Aiden got her nothing. And that's a recurring pattern in their relationship that I cannot
stand. He doesn't have a job. How could he buy her something?
When you're broke, you have to be creative.
Okay, so you do draw her.
He got money to buy those fancy clothes he was wearing.
How you know is she
I don't know if he got money. I don't know. But Courtney has always been the one to do. And I hate that for her. Sis, I hate that for you. I hate that for you. I'm not saying you can't do, but always, get somebody else to do it.
Okay, so, all right, so then Ruth and Isaac back together again. First, I was shocked because Isaac, he's a man of his ego, you know. So I was shocked.
I was like,
knowing that Ruth cheated.
Like, send it Isaac's way because
Isaac deserved everything he got. I'm sorry, everything. Right? You know, Ruth made some comments about him. Right? I don't know what's gonna happen when he see that episode. Anyway, it doesn't matter. But
the reunion, we'll see when she called the man a shrimp.
Y'all watch the episode, y'all know. Anyway, so the two of them got back together, and she said, "I'm not sorry for what I did."
It wasn't, and I love that about her. She's like, "Listen, I needed the sex. I took the sex. I have no regrets."
Bro, she brave. I was like, Isaac.
Everywhere she goes, she stands on business. She don't care if it doesn't put her in the most favorable light. Like, she stands for her truth, and I respect that.
Yeah, I love that. I love that about her. So the two of them, you know, trying to figure it out. Isaac left for a night, came back, and she was like, "Why are you coming back?
Why are you here?"
And then what Isaac did?
Pulled out a ring.
That he had before the show.
He's like, "I had done this before." I'm like, why are we here then?
Why are we
here?
You
could have proposed to Sis. Sis did not have to take another body. You made her do this. You put her in the lion's den. She had no choice.
He could have just proposed before. Like, why are we here if you already at the end? Come on, sir. What are you doing?
But she said she thinks he was like just like egging her, like showing her like, "Hey, see, I could have got you a ring." I didn't even believe he bought a ring before.
Honestly, I don't. He said it, but let's give us.
I do not trust that man. I'm sorry, I do not trust that man.
Let's give him the benefit of the doubt.
No, I'm not giving him.
No, I don't trust him either. Because if you could introduce Khanya 1 week, hey, 1 week into the disrespect for Ruth, I heard for Ruth.
Yes, and then when Khanya was done, he was gone pushing up on the level. Like,
yeah,
you should be pushing up on.
In his defense, Ruth did not call him for his birthday. Birthday rules. You have to call the man for his birthday. Come on,
Ruth, that was messed up. She didn't. Ruth is a savage. Ruth is a savage.
I love it. So yeah. So the two of them, you know, he said he's gonna. So I think they tried to make it work. After she saw the ring, you know, and then what he did.
Do you think he could have gotten over her sleeping with Nala?
Not
once, not twice, not twice.
Ruth counted.
Who says that to the man's woman? Ruth messy as hell.
Oh my God. But eventually Isaac took her to meet his family.
He did. And his sister. She saw his sister,
yeah,
which
her
was
sister,
a big deal.
Which a big deal.
And they were all like, you know, once again, that meeting, Ruth was 100% herself. She's like, "Listen, this is what it is."
Yeah, and they told him, his family said, "No, you're not ready for a commitment. You're not sure of her, you know, and stuff like that." So, you know.
But yeah, so a lot happened, but those are like the main highlights. So let's get to who got engaged and, you know, and stuff like that. So right off the bat, the first couple was...
I mean, Courtney and Aiden, they finally...
Yeah, let's talk about them, yeah.
They finally got together.
And she got him a ring.
Who does that, Courtney? Come on. Stand up, girl.
Stand up.
She got him a ring. Well...
He proposed.
He proposed.
Then she got him a ring.
He finally realized...
You can not stop. Rest. Let a man do something for you. Like, all this time you were doing for him. Doing. Rest.
Correct.
I don't think she knows how to do that. Just rest.
She
That's
loves
so
them a lot.
frustrating.
Yeah. Okay. Who?
So let's also talk about Tabby and Genesis.
So.
Well, I could have told that they would have gotten engaged.
Yes.
But
So,
Genesis, he's like, bro, let me push all my chips in because
Genesis even wrote a letter to her family.
Yes.
Like Genesis pulled out all sharp. I think she had the best ring.
Yes, her ring was very beautiful.
Yeah. So the two of them got engaged.
And two of them, I hope they make it. I like them, you know. I hope they can grow. I hope Genesis can get his act together in terms of like prioritizing
Tabby
and like his finances and stuff like that. They have potential to go far.
Yeah, to go far.
So hopefully, we're rooting for y'all.
Rooting for y'all. Okay, who else?
So then we had let me go Isaac and Ruth. So to them, I think was good. Their outcome was favorable to me.
Yes,
because I don't think they should have been together.
Yeah, so they broke up.
So which was needed to happen, and hopefully it's permanent this time because it seemed like they usually go back and forth like a pattern. So hopefully this is for the good. Ruth, you deserve somebody better. Isaac, whatever.
You need to find yourself. To go on to therapy.
Isaac is very particular. He seems like he wants to.
He had a good woman in Ruth, but he didn't want to step up.
Yeah, because he don't want her. And this goes to show ladies, you can do all you want to do
cook,
for a man.
Clean.
If you don't want to, you
don't
don't
Ruth
want
was a cook, you're telling me.
Yeah.
The men love her food.
No, was like, I've never eaten food this good. Oh my, excuse me.
Level.
I would have been so offended. Okay. I'm never cooking for this man again. Let me get to Khanya, and and Kay, because first of all, why Kay on his knees about to propose when this girl shows him that she's basically the devil's
treats him
daughter?
bad, yeah. She treats him terribly.
Why?
But he was on his knee with what?
A promise ring.
A promise ring. He did not engage her. He said that she needed to change her ways, and Khanya was not having it. She was like, she can't.
That was so, on her behalf, offended. Might as well he had said, no, we're not ready. This man said, I'm going to promise you to give your engagement ring
next year.
Someday. She was like,
Who does that? Who does that?
Oh my gosh. That was a sweet ending. Look, that's what she deserves. I'm sorry, but it made me. I wanted SZA and
Khanya,
Kay to get together, but she deserves somebody who got.
Yeah, she and Lindley got engaged.
Yes, they got engaged, which I was surprised by.
Yes,
because I thought Lindley would have really went after Tabby, because I feel like for some reason I think him and Tabby kind of were suited.
Yeah,
but he chose.
He's a struggling actor though, so. Because he said he's out of work a lot, so
they chose to get engaged, and so I definitely think that there was some growth on their part. But it was interesting, it was entertaining. And the reunion is coming out on the 24th,
yeah,
right?
So who do you think?
So let's make prediction of who are still together. So the three couples that got engaged is
Tabby and Genesis, Courtney and Aiden, and Lindley and SZA.
So who's your prediction that's still together, who are not together?
Those are right. I think maybe Tabby and Genesis
together.
Yes, and maybe Courtney and
Aiden. I agree with that. I don't think SZA and Lindley is gonna get to still be together. I don't trust it, guys. I'm sorry. Yeah. 6 months, the huge age gap, and I still feel like maybe her and Kay is gonna try to work it out, because I feel like once him and Khanya is over, he's gonna come sliding back to try to make things work with her.
I hope so. I feel like he needs some therapy as well, because he doesn't love himself at all. Why do you want a woman who berates you constantly?
I don't know, girl. I don't know, but people do strange things for love, and I hope Ruth and Noah got a chance to maybe
get together.
Maybe go on a few dates.
Yeah.
Sorry, Level. I don't know. You deserve somebody else better than that. And definitely you too. You need to work on, self-love and stuff like that. Because I feel like she kind of lost herself with Nala.
True.
And it's interesting. Honestly, Courtney and Aiden, I don't know. Yes, they will be together, but Courtney, you deserve better, girl. Sorry.
So you think Khanya accepted a promise ring?
No, her ego is way too big for that. No way she's gonna take a promise ring and then go tell everybody, hey guys, no way.
I predict that she will get a better wig now.
The glow up will be real.
I hope so. I hope so. Yes.
Well. But yeah, I don't know. But we're gonna be tuning in on May 24th to see what happened next, because it is interesting. You know, it was messy, it was juicy, it had all of the components to make it a great show. So if you have not watched it yet, we hope this review definitely pushes you to do so.
Yes.
And yeah, please be sure to give us a like, subscribe, check out our Alignment and Healing podcast, check out our other social media platforms. We're on TikTok, Facebook, and Instagram at Alignment and Healing. It's all the same thing. We're two Caribbean girls, sisters. You know, we liming, we vibing, and we healing, and we promoting goodness and spreading good vibes. So definitely, if you want more of that, tune in. And until next time,
with us again.
Yes, remember to
Bust a line, bust a line. See you next time.